Hey y'all, it's Sarah Sunshine, and I'm coming back at you to show you another tank setup. This one's a little bit different. It's a waterfall tank. I think it's a really cool tank. Now we're gonna have a light and we're gonna have a dark side, but before we go over all of that, let's go over our supplies, what you're going to need. Of course, you're gonna need your fish. We'll show you them at the end. You're gonna need decorations for both sides. Well, not just decorations, but housing. All fish need hiding spots. You're gonna need your gravel, and you can add a tank decoration, as well as back here we have some live plants that I like to add to my tanks. I also use Indian almond leaf. It creates tannins and antibiotic properties in the water, and it keeps your fish nice and healthy and happy. And this product right here, instead of buying bottled, crystal geyser water or spring water, any type of spring water you can use, because you can't use tap water on your fish. You can buy a product like this. I use a lot of Tetra to treat tap water. It takes all of the chlorine, hard metals, and anything else that's harmful out of the water for your fish. So that's that. Now, that being said, we'll go ahead and we're gonna start with this side. So you're gonna pour your gravel in to about a half an inch to an inch thick. And by the way, everybody, all of this stuff is pre-rinsed and rinsed only. Never wash anything that you are going to use for a fish with soap. The oils never completely come off and it will kill them. So please don't do that if you want to keep your fishy alive. Just go and pour the rest of it in there since that's what I have left. And just spread it out so it looks nice. And then you're gonna add, this is not just a cute little looking house, it also is a hide. Personally reminds me of Dr. Seuss. And then I'm gonna add a little Dr. Seuss looking like tree. If it'll fit back here. Here in this spot right here. And for this side, I have chosen these little, they're called cardinalis. You can pick them up at any of your local pet stores. And just make sure the gel that they keep them in to keep them alive gets rinsed off real well. You just want to try and bury the roots of the plant into the gravel. Although this particular plant doesn't have a whole lot of root. The roots are very small and very fine, so you gotta be careful just kind of wedging it into the gravel right there. And then we'll go ahead and put this one right there. Pre-make a spot for it. Okay, so there's that side. That's what we're gonna call the dark side. Oh, lost a piece of gravel. And over here is gonna be what we call the light side. So also pre-rinse gravel. And this being the higher side, I chose a cute little lighthouse. And a cute little jellyfish ornament that actually floats. Hopefully I've trimmed it down to size properly and it's not too long. All right, so we've got that in. For this side, I've chosen Amazon sword. Which has quite a big root, so that's easy enough to put under the gravel, although it's giving me problems, of course. All right, so now that you've got all of that taken care of, it is time. I'm sorry, my bad. You also want to pre-rinse your filter and filter medium. Now the filter has a little tab on it that tells you what is the front side, so they make it pretty simple for you to know which way to put it in. That's gonna go down in there. It's a tight fit. The filter medium goes right there. And my Indian almond leaf, which I have found a company that makes them in little tea bag form, is gonna go right there. Now we are going to add our water. Now, you will not see me float the fish in this video. Floating is something you have to do to keep fish from going into shock from the change of temperature in their water. The fish have already been in the same temperature room as the water that I'm using. Therefore, I don't have to float them. This is a 3.5 gallon tank, I believe. 3 or 3.5 gallon tank. So it's going to take a little bit of water. You want to fill it to about there. Oh, we've got a floating plant. It never ceases to happen. It always happens. One plant likes to get away. All you have to do, like I'm doing, is stick your hand down in there and replace that plant. That, of course, is going to want to float back up now that there's water in there. They're much harder to get down into that gravel. The plant's making a fool out of me, y'all. All right. I tamed it, but the rest came up. Okay, now that I got that problem fixed, And we'll go to the light side. I always like to pour the water onto something that relieves the gravel and the plants from getting too much pressure pouring on them. That way everything you've placed stays in place. It doesn't always work, but let's see how our jellyfish works. Not bad. I could have cut them a little lower, but and I will be back in just a minute with the fish. Hey, it's me. I'm back with the fish. And this is the notorious fish who was very sick and just recently was made better. He's doing so well. We have named him Dusk. And this is his partner in crime over here, the little light fish you saw dart away. And his name is Dawn. So we've got Dusk and we've got Dawn. We've got the dark side and the light side with the contrasting fish. And I've already primed my pump. What priming your pump is making sure there's water in it so that the motor does not dry out when it's trying to pull water into it. So we're going to turn on, and it has that beautiful waterfall effect that I love. This side's top. You just put the top on whatever tank you're using, your perspective or whatever tank you've chosen. You know what I'm trying to say. All right, and then you want to, I'm gonna take some of my light away, give you some of theirs. And then you turn their light on. There you go. And that is another tank setup specifically for bettas, but any tropical fish will do just fine in a tank like this. Thanks for watching, y'all. Blessed be.